Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and today I'm going to be doing a versus video between the Zoom Freak 1 and the Kyrie 6. Of course, they're both Nike shoes. If you guys want to cop either of these, I'll leave links below. The Kyrie 6 comes in at 130 bucks and the Zoom Freak 1 is only $10 less, coming in at 120 bucks. So which one is the overall better performer? We'll be going over that in this video. So let's get it started off with the traction. So the traction in the Zoom Freak 1 for me was a pretty big disappointment. You know, I had a really good bite on a clean court, but on dust, especially with this translucent part, it just picked up a lot of dust. It just never had a good bite, you know, and even if I wiped, it just wasn't very good. And of course, I do want to try a solid rubber outsole option, but I haven't been able to get around to that. So if you've tried the solid rubber outsole option, tell us your experience down in the comment section below. But for me, on dust, it wasn't good at all. And then durability, the translucent part is really hard, but then the solid white part is pretty soft, and you know, it's very long, soft, deep grooves. So durability doesn't seem very good on the solid part, but the translucent part, it seems pretty good. On the Kyrie 6, clean court, really hard bite. I would even say it's harder of a bite than the 0.1. So on a clean court, you're good to go. On dust, it does pick up a little bit of dust, but you know, it's an easy wipe, and once you do wipe, you have a few good stops again, but it does pick up dust pretty fast. So just watch out for that. But if you consistently wipe on the Kyrie 6, you'll be fine. As far as durability goes, yeah, it's a pretty soft rubber. It's the same thing as the Zoom Freak 1. You know, it's long, soft, deep grooves. So durability, I don't think would be very good in either of these shoes. And you do have this outsole curvature in the Kyrie 6, which feels very nice. The rubber does come up here on the medial side, so you have a little bit more traction, and you have this curved shape, which kind of keeps you on your toes. So because of that, because of those reasons, and it being a little bit better on dust in the Kyrie 6, I would say the Kyrie 6 wins in the traction department. As far as the heel to toe transition goes, they're both pretty smooth. You know, they have a pretty nice curved shape here in the heel. Not a lot of heel compression though in either of the shoes. And then a nice curved shape here in the toe area as well. The Kyrie 6, you know, bends a little bit. You know, has a nice little flex. Not the easiest flex, but it does flex. And same thing with the Zoom Freak 1. I mean, it flexes a little bit too much, I would say, you know? Alright, as far as the cushion goes, you know, both of them, pretty good court feel. Not the best, but not horrible. As far as heel compression, there's absolutely no heel compression in the Zoom Freak 1. In the Kyrie 6, there's a little bit, but you know, nothing crazy compared to like, you know, the other cushion setups that I've been using, like the Omnis or like Dame 6 Lights, right? Those are super nice, by the way. So yeah, I mean, I would say there's a little bit more heel compression in the Kyrie 6. And then, you know, the double stack zoom in the Zoom Freak 1, not very nice. You can't really feel it too much. But there is a Zoom turbo unit in the forefoot, very big unit, and it just feels really nice in the Kyrie 6. Nothing crazy like the Zoom strobo unit in the KD12 and the Zoom Universe, but you know, it's there, you can feel it, it feels nice, it feels bouncy and all that. So because of those reasons, I would say the Kyrie 6 has a better cushion setup. You know, there's really nothing in the Zoom Freak 1. As far as the materials go, for quality, I would say the Kyrie 6 definitely wins. But on foot, they're both really soft, you know, especially the Zoom Freak 1. You know, the Zoom Freak 1's super flimsy. Like, look at that, guys. Super flimsy, but once you put it on foot, it's really thin, conforms to your foot really well. And I just like the feeling of it on foot, you know. Same thing with the Kyrie 6. I would say the Kyrie 6 is slightly thicker in the toe area, but not by much. But on foot, still feels really nice. And then as far as the tongue goes, the tongue in the Zoom Freak 1 is so plush, very thick. I love it, and it's also a really big tongue. The Kyrie 6, it's not as padded, it's not as big, but here in the ankle area, it's super padded and it feels very comfortable. There's still a good amount of padding here in the Zoom Freak 1, you know, in the ankle area, but not as much. So yeah, it all depends. Like, you know, if you like padding in the ankle area, go with the Kyrie 6. The Zoom Freak 1, the tongue is a little bit more comfortable. So to me, I like both of them, so I tied up. But if you're counting quality, then obviously Kyrie 6 is a little bit better. Alright, as far as fit goes, both of them fit incredibly nice for me. You know, slightly narrow and tight in the toe box area. The Kyrie 6 especially is really tight in the toe box area. So if you have a wide, thick foot, or you don't really like a snug fit at all, stay away from both of these shoes, especially the Kyrie 6. I would say the Zoom Freak 1 is a little bit roomier than the Kyrie 6, but still, they both fit like gloves to me. So I tied up for fit. But putting the Zoom Freak 1 on is a lot easier than the Kyrie 6 because of this midfoot strap. And also the midfoot strap, you know, kind of like messes up your laces, so I don't really like that too much. Alright, moving on to support and lockdown. Support and lockdown, I tied up. Lateral containment, you're just locked in. I have no issues with that. And they're both pretty wide. You know, I felt laterally stable. You know, I didn't feel like, you know, like I was going to roll my ankle or anything while I was playing it. And the Zoom Freak 1 is kind of like a low mid. You know, but you never really feel any type of ankle restriction. And same thing with the Kyrie 6. I mean, you feel a little bit. So I would say if you want a little bit of something on your ankle, the Kyrie 6 is a better option. But it's not as good as the Kyrie 5 or, you know, like the Kobe 9 or the UA Drive 4 for that matter. So yeah, tied up for support and lockdown. But if you want a little bit of ankle protection, go with the Kyrie 6. Alright, as far as weight goes, I would say the Zoom Freak 1 is lighter. Yeah, so 11.08 ounces, super light. Kyrie 6 coming at 13 points, yeah. Basically 2 ounces lighter for the Zoom Freak 1. What feels lighter, the Zoom Freak 1 feels lighter. There's a little bit less padding here in the ankle area. And there's a lot less stuff, you know, like the strap and like this rubber thing here in the toe area from the Kyrie 6. And the materials are a little bit thicker as well. So if you want the lighter and more minimal feeling shoe, go with the Zoom Freak 1. But what do you feel faster playing it? I mean, you feel fast playing in both of these shoes. But for me, the Zoom Freak 1, I didn't feel fast at all because I was playing on the dusty setting. And when the court was clean, you know, I felt really fast in the Zoom Freak 1. So yeah, they're both responsive shoes, but the Zoom Freak 1 is ultimately lighter and more minimal. As far as step and comfort goes, just casually walking around in either of the shoes, I would say the Kyrie 6 is a little bit more comfortable because of the Zoom Turbo unit. But that's about it. Moving on to durability, I would say the Kyrie 6 would last a little bit longer. The Zoom Freak 1, you know, with this material being, you know, super flimsy and thin, I don't think this material would last a long time. I can see this, you know, tearing pretty easily. As far as ventilation goes, the Kyrie 6 is super hot. Zoom Freak 1 is a little bit better. The material is a little bit thinner, and it just overall feels a little bit cooler in the Zoom Freak 1. As far as the aesthetics go, not a huge fan of either of them. The Kyrie 6 especially, you know, I don't really like them. The Zoom Freak 1, I would say, grew on me a little bit more, and with the colorways that are coming out. So I would say I like the Zoom Freak 1 slightly better. Tell us what you guys think looks better down in the comment section below. But wrapping things up, yeah, you guys already know I would go with the Kyrie 6. It has better traction. Cushion is better. Materials and all that, I wish it was a little bit thinner and a little bit more minimal feeling in the Kyrie 6. But, you know, as long as, you know, it's supportive, you know, fits good for me, and I felt pretty quick playing in it, then I'm okay with it. So yeah, Kyrie 6 for the win. Again, if you guys want to cop either of these, I'll leave links below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.